Hello everyone, this is Bill Hood with the Trucking MBA, and today we're going to talk about how you can make $100,000 as an owner-operator running under your own authority. So let's get started here. So as we said, our goal here is making $100,000 per year. So the first thing we do is, now that's the profit, that's your pay, right? So you need to gross more than that. So we're going to figure out how much gross you need to make, and is it realistic to have those numbers to do that gross. So what I always do is I use 46 weeks as a maximum number of weeks that you budget to have your truck running. You're automatically going to lose 10 days just because of holidays of revenue generation. So that gives you an additional 4 weeks for maintenance, breakdowns, personal time vacations. You're not out here to kill yourself. So that's one of those goals that you need to make sure you set, that you have the right time. If you basically divided everything by 52, you've got 6 weeks there that you're not generating revenue. So you're missing the 46 weeks that you are generating revenue. You have a target that's too low for where you need to get. So at 46 weeks, that breaks down to really about $21.73 per week. We're going to round up here to, so we have a goal here of $2,200 per week. So we round that up, it's about $21.73 is where we're at. We're going to divide that by 5 because we generate revenue 5 days a week. If you generate revenue over the weekend, that's a bonus time. So if we divide that by 5, that's given us $440 per day in profit that you need to generate in order to get $100,000 a year. Now we need to make sure where are the expenses we need to come into this. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take a look at fuel. So if we take a look at fuel and we say you're going to run, let's say you're going to run 2,000 or 400 miles per day, okay? We divide that by 7 miles per gallon. We're going to say that we're running 60 gallons here. And if we take that at current rates that we can see, if you've got yourself a good fuel discount card, we can see that you can get about $3 per gallon, probably a little less than that. So if we do that at $3 per gallon, we are looking at $180 that you will be able to, is going to be your fuel expense per day based on 400 miles. So what we want to do is we want to take that number in there, we add 180 here, so now what we're looking at is we have to generate $620 for that day with the fuel in there. So the next thing we want to take a look at when we're doing this is a maintenance account. Now I know a lot of people put certain amount of miles, 20 cents a mile, 25 cents a mile for maintenance. When you're starting out, that's a guess, that's an estimate. What you really want to be focused on is building up a maintenance reserve that can help you out during cataclysmic type events. So what I always suggest is we take a look at doing a bigger number on a daily basis. So if we put $120 per day into maintenance, that allows us to build up. Now the other thing we always want to do also, if we're generating above and beyond money that we actually need, we want to continue to put more money into maintenance until we get ourselves a good maintenance reserves, and then we'll start working on paying down debt. So we add that into it, and we're looking at $740 now as far as where we're at with the maintenance added into it. So the next thing we want to take a look at is what does it cost you for your insurance. So if you're paying about $13,000 a year, which is a good estimate for a new authority with a truck, if you're paying about $13,000 a year, that's going to run you about $60 per day. And again, that's based on a 46-week year, 5 days a week that you're running that. So now what we're looking at is we have $800 per day that you need to generate in gross revenue just to cover all those expenses there. But we're missing a few things here. Now some of you may or may not have some of these expenses, but again, I'm going conservative, so we're going to bump the numbers up a little bit. So we're going to come in and we're going to say that you need to generate, or you have a truck payment that's going to need you to generate $150 a day for a truck payment. That's roughly a $2,800 a month truck and trailer payment if you have one. Now, hopefully you don't have one, and that just makes these numbers much easier to obtain. Then we also have to remember, you know, we've got load boards, cell phone bills, all sorts of miscellaneous things that you have as far as running the truck. So what we're going to do is we're going to put $50 a day for miscellaneous. So what that's going to do is that's going to show us that we need to generate $1,000 per day in gross revenue in order to hit our $100,000 a year number. So that's not something that's really that far off. So one of the things that we always want to take a look at is that we're trying to be conservative with the numbers that we're using. That's why I use 46 weeks versus 52 weeks. That's why when we say, hey, it's going to be 57 or 55 gallons of fuel on 400 miles, we use it at 60 gallons. So we always overestimate on expenses and underestimate on the revenue. So what that does, that gives you a little extra breathing room there. Now there's another little piece into this that we talked about to help you kind of get a bonus in there, which is weekends. We call weekends bonus days. If you can generate revenue over a weekend, that just helps you get to your numbers. So as we look at it right now, 30 days in the year that you're not going to be generating revenue, just 30 weekdays in the year that you're not generating revenue. So if, let's say, you can generate $1,000 over a Saturday and a Sunday, what that does is that gives you an extra day that you can put into your market there, or get ahead of it, or put it into your maintenance account. It's just giving you a little more breathing room in terms of trying to hit your numbers. Or, for example, maybe you have down weeks because the market changes. Markets have fluctuation. You're always not going to hit it out of the park. So if you're a little behind, that weekend may be something to help you catch up. Thank you for watching this. I hope you found it informative. If you did, please smash that like button. Also, put some comments down there in terms of telling us what your daily gross revenue number is and what your goal is for how many weeks a year you want to run. Also, make sure you follow us, because every week we come out with business related videos through the Trucking MBA, and we have safety and compliance videos that we come out with the VLocity Group. So make sure you're following the Trucking MBA YouTube channel, and we hope to hear from you soon.